Nobody likes a show-off. Speaking of show-offs, Andy Merrill, everybody! Hi. This is
I peed in the sink, and I washed my hand
in the
with
toilet.
those fun little brown soaps in the toilet bowls that didn't smell very good.
Sorry, Alyssa.
Hurt my
Hello,
knee.
big round of applause for Alyssa helping us out here tonight.
Carol Merrill, everybody.
Just move a chair over. All right.
Can I switch?
I think
Or everybody
you're
could
gonna be
move
trouble.
down one.
I get not.
We got
Yeah,
a
everybody
smart
move
aleck
down
in the
one.
front.
I hate to think you won't get the profound gift
Shut up!
of watching me drink 7 Miller Lights over the course of 40
In
minutes.
order to appropriately accommodate all guests, please move
What?
to the
What'd
end.
you say? Yeah.
Please fill all available space.
All available
Move-
space.
Stopping
This-
in the middle
this-
of the row
yeah,
is
going on.
distinctly unpatriotic.
This stage rotates, and
This
the
is
years
also my dinner
progress as
tonight,
we
so
rotate.
don't judge.
It's a big, bright, beautiful tomorrow.
All
Do
right.
I want to be here.
Andy's
I'm
here.
driving. No,
This
I'll
is
be fine.
Guy Hutchinson,
Hi.
everybody.
my other dear old friend.
It's so
What
good
the
to see
hell
you all.
is going on with that?
That's a backpack with the time on it.
I saw a dancer.
That's our
on it.
counter.
Whoa.
You know, they put the counter on this.
When does
You
it-
might not know, but like the big, like the main stage
It's
has a little
mesmerizing.
clock that faces the stage. Yeah, it's over here. And
When
it's
does
just
it go
counting
off? Oh,
down.
look, it's Pac-Man.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Don't touch it. I'm not going to touch it. Immediately he touches
Oh,
it.
we got this guy.
Professional liar. It's like that, see? So like that's how we have boring down on us when we're up here. This is a high pressure job. Okay? This isn't like, you know what I wish I had a relaxing job like one of them air traffic controllers. Or one of those captains that tow the,
Factory.
tow the ships into port like
Yeah,
when they're in the
yeah.
river in New York. When a real low stress compared to this.
Or a factory job.
Yeah,
you
or
know,
like NASA
supervising.
mission control. I wish I
Yeah.
had something low pressure like that. A little less stressful than what we have to do up here, which is entertain, I don't know, thousands of people
Yeah, look at this.
at a
This is
time.
as full of a room as
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Don't turn
By
around.
the way-
Don't turn around. There's plenty of people behind you. They all
Yeah,
came
oh,
in
they're
after
all
you
behind
sat
you.
down.
Don't look behind you. Because they're
Don't-
jealous
don't
of you.
you
If you
look
look behind
behind
somebody,
you.
take your seat. There's
Yeah.
a very, especially in Columbus, there's a very, very strict, serious, I find it rude actually, on your seat, on your feet, take your seat type situation that goes on around here. You're barely off the thing and someone else scoops right in,
It's ingrained
laughs
in
and
us
points.
from
Yeah.
grade school.
You're from the area, Andy.
I'm from Newark.
The Ohio one.
I'm
They thought, wow.
I know.
We need to
I'm
name our
stuck
city
there.
after what's another beautiful captain of industry type city?
I
A
thought.
glorious
the
capital
sweet smell
of life
of
and
EWR.
love. How about Newark? You
Hey,
got it, Donnie.
we used to-
Newark it is.
We used to have fiberglass in Newark. And then the Longaberger baskets. And then
The
that
long
went out of
burger
business.
basket? Wait a minute,
Yeah.
wait a
That-
minute.
They would give out
Wait a minute, wait a
Longaberger-
minute.
Is
What's
the-
the long burger basket?
Longaberger basket. It's just a basket of a nicely woven basket of
And is there a
shit or
giant
whatever.
basket in this?
Why is it a long burger?
long burger?
Longaberger is the name. They have a 7-story.
I thought it was like a fast food restaurant, like, come on down to Longaberger.
The
Get
longer
the
burger
basket. It's got two
They-
chicken strips. It's got a hamburger. It's got some sweet potato fries.
There's a 7-story basket in Newark.
Oh yes, I remember you showed me the picture.
So, yeah, they used to give away Longaberger baskets on The Price is Right.
Wow, well, they're very expensive. I'm assuming if they gave them away on there.
I guess.
That's
I
one
don't
of
know.
those things where like, how much do you think it is? Well, Bob, it's just a basket. I'm gonna say $17. I'm sorry, it's $415. Without going over, and then the lady like, I'll guess $1, Bob. Those little a-holes. The $1 guy on Price is Right. Ooh. But I got to tell you, if I was on The Price is Right, that's exactly what I'd do. I thought all these other idiots are going way too high on that Peloton treadmill or whatever it is. It's never the real one. It's like a Peloton treadmill. Like, these guys are way over mark. I'm going to buck. But then the worst thing, not the dollar guy. There's one lower bottom feeder lobster guy who's like, you do the dollar. Then the guy's like,
I'm going to bet 25.
I'll bet $2, Bob. And you're like, you mother, oh, man.
The $1 over person.
Yeah, the guy where they're like 25 and the guy's like 26.
Yeah, the one
24.
Because the guy who bet $1 or $25 forgot that he wasn't the last guy. He forgot there was one person after him. That's the game, though. You got to know the game.
But
if
now,
you want those
but I
big,
cheer
beautiful cash prizes,
that person on because he's screwed over the person that screwed over the person in front of him.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's a double screw.
Oh, yeah?
It's an unscrew. The one guy screws it in and the other guy screws it. Nope, you're not screwing on this game.
One thing they don't do anymore, remember, there was always, when Bob Barker would do it.
Be inappropriate with the spokesmodels?
Yes, be inappropriate. No, there was always the one showcase that had no story. And then the second showcase was always, and now a fairy tale in Price is Right land.
Reba's going on a trip. What does she need? A brand new set of Samsonite luggage.
They always put Johnny Olsen in wigs.
Yeah.
And then he died.
There's nothing better than Johnny Olsen in a wig.
Johnny Olsen,
most people out here don't know what the hell we're talking about.
There was a time where you hear, in between Johnny Olsen and Rod Roddy.
Oh, Rod Roddy,
you would hear the announcer from Supermarket Sweep doing The Price is Right. And those always make me sad because you know when he's talking for The Price is Right that Johnny Olsen is dead.
It's true.
By the way, this is all this show is, so if you're expecting something spectacular, I remind you it's called Waste an Hour of Your Time.
This is Johnny Olsen.
And we started 10 minutes late, which is the best waste of your time.
Johnny Olsen did.
Because it was nothing. And then you were like, now you're going to be like, man, I wish it was still just nothing.
Concentration.
It's like being at a cocktail party where everyone's talking at the
Chevette.
same time. But that's the beauty of it. You can decide if you want to listen to Andy or to me or maybe the guy or maybe the guy next to you is saying something like, I remember that show. I used to watch it with my grandma. You can listen to that person. It's like word jazz. It's like being in a cool jazz club in the 50s. And John Coltrane just walked in, but over here's Charles Mingus banging away on his bass, and they're all make a cacophony of sound. Oh, you guys stopped. I was saying like we were all
lost
talking,
track
which
of where
is
we are.
Sorry, I was letting
no.
you know.
I
we
was
were
saying,
all talking
I
at
was
the
telling
same
the
time.
beauty
We
of this
actually
is,
we put down our mics and started talking about what's my line, and I've got a secret for a moment.
oh yeah, no, I was saying the beauty is if we all talk, they can kind of like focus in on who they want to listen to.
I love What's My Line because where
the
else
Muppets,
are you going to see
put
Alan
out
Alda's
a really
Soupy
good
Sales
movie
in the
back
same
in
place?
1977.
This
that I
is
really
my
liked.
lunch.
And you
By
know,
my
there
dinner.
was.
Zoe, yes.
Now, to tell the truth,
Just talk over them. We need a fourth.
Count Chocula,
We're trying
I
to
don't
even
think
this
is
out.
a real vampire,
Yes?
to be honest.
now if you've
But
seen
I
To Tell the
believe-
Truth, Peggy Cass is an asshole.
Yeah, no. Well, that's not as good as this story, Zoe, because one time in Miami, it was Waste an Hour of Your Time, and the panel room we were supposed to do it was doing the costume contest. And you know those stupid costume contests. No one's been to one that ever started or ended on time.
Right.
This thing ran like, I don't know, 7 hours late.
Yeah.
So people were waiting in line for our panel.
Yeah, no.
And you can see why now. Now you know why.
Yeah, no.
Like-
we walked in, and there were 17 Monkey D. Luffy's left.
Yes. And the guy was like, okay, we'll try and find another room. So the person who was like our handler person, we're going through this whole building in Miami. Everything's sweaty. There's iguanas everywhere. It's all Cuban music playing all over the place. It's a real mess. Everybody's drinking coconut-flavored drinks, salsaing everywhere. The guy's like, oh, we got to get you to panel. Follow me. That's all Miami. Everybody's wearing pastel. It's a real mess down there. It's a real mess. Iguanas, coming out of your shirt sleeves. And this guy. Those little tom-tom bongo things, the Tito Puente stuff. They're all that. Gloria Stefan was going around. She's signing at her table. We looked for a room for 30 minutes. They couldn't find a room. Every room we opened, it was like Gollum was in there, like, yeah, like secrets of cosplay with Gollum. No light, just a flick. We finally, like, there's no room. Imagine this convention center, but in Miami. So it's dripping in salsa music and fake palm trees. And there was not one room available. So that was Saturday night, the hot night, the big night. We would have got dynamite numbers at this thing, which is what we live by. We live and die by the number. That's why that clock looking at us. We didn't have a room. Then the next day I go to my table. Of course, I have a line of several thousand people. Like I'm in Star Wars and Has-Been Hotel in the same
their
mashup.
money.
I'm sitting there, probably conservatively 500 to 600 people came up to me and said, I waited in line for 45 minutes for your piano, and then some dope came over, salsaing all the way. Sorry, the panel's canceled. They said, I stood there, we waited for this panel, and the whole thing, and then some guy salsas over 45 minutes later, says cancel. I said, and what happened? He goes, you wasted an hour of your what? Of my time. Bingo, baby! That was the most successful wasting an hour, and we did it with conservatively 2,000 to 3,000 people who were all waiting for us, like that. It was the lowest stress that we ever did wasting. It's a lot of work wasting people's time.
Yeah, it is.
Far more than just using their time. Are we being
properly using your time?
Are we getting kill me? No, it's not on there. Okay. The regulars know what it, but I don't think it's going. The closed captioning, we like to joke that the closed captioning machine confesses to heinous crimes and how it doesn't want to live when it thinks no one's listening. Like our Listen to the Land guy last. I murdered my wife and buried her in the yard. Just like that sounds so nice and sweet. Like, yeah.
Covered her with Lysol.
She didn't stink, and I killed all the kids with my bare hands. Ba-ba-doo-doo-doo, with his bare hands. The background people know, the background singers are, oh, yes, he did. I'm sworn to secrecy.
I might get cold.
They know what they did.
That was you.
That was me. I was like, hey.
I got news for you.
Dana's taking a dump, and then
Everybody
it wrote it
poops.
up on the screen.
Everybody, even King Jong-un or whatever it is. What's his name? What is it? Kim Jong-un, what is it? Kim? Okay,
Kim
hold
Jong-il.
on. Everybody stop. One person answer the question. All right, you answer the question, please. Gesundheit. All right, Kim Jong-un, that's right, okay. You know, like in North Korea, that's the rule. That they all say he doesn't pee or poop, which explains his look.
He looks
That's why he always has it. He has that real tight top button so it doesn't start coming out of his head. He's
They
like,
never.
oh, God! That's why he's so mad all the time. I want to bomb everybody! God! Oh, my God!
They rarely show his full body because he'll be doing this.
Yeah. He's on roller skate. He's on those little, like, those shoes that you can also lean back on but have the
Heelys.
wheels. So he's like,
Heelys.
he's just like on a dolly. Not too fast, not too fast.
Why did that make me?
God, I gotta
remember the
take a shit.
the Hawaii chair?
I don't remember.
Hawaii chair?
You remember the Hawaii chair? It was a television commercial.
I remember
for
the
a while.
Illinois
There's a
chair.
show called the Hawaii
No,
chair?
you put the Hawaii chair in your office chair, and it just swivels.
Or was this like an exercise?
Look
The
it up.
hula.
It's
Like
it's,
lose weight while you.
It was a
Work.
It was one of those late night sponsorship.
But it was like
things.
for the purpose of exercise, right?
Yeah. It was supposed to
Okay.
tighten your waist, but
By the way, if anyone has any questions,
Keep
It had
them
a
to
great
yourself.
keep
theme
them
song.
for the next panel because we're not. Any remembrances? No, if you have a question, I mean, we probably won't answer it, but it may remind us of something else we want to talk over you about. Oh, yes, in the back. Plenty of seats up front, by the way. Don't be, No, stay back there.
Here's the.
You're in the next room at this point. All right. Wait, hold on a minute. Now, hold on a minute. Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay.
That was the theme
That
song.
was the whole.
Take the
Take
work
the
out
work out of your workout.
Take the work.
Take the work out of
your
your
workout.
Great.
The Hawaii chair.
Because Hawaiians are such a fit people. They're big. Hawaiians, Samoans.
But it
They're
was
big.
just a little
giant.
thing you put
They're
in
like
the chair.
the size of islands.
It should have had a grass skirt
Those
with
are
it.
two different places.
What's that?
It should have had a grass
nothing.
skirt
What's yours
attachment.
say?
Hawaii is not Samoa.
No, I know, but they're the Samoan
Yeah, that's right.
Polynesians. They're like generally they're all like 7 feet
I
tall.
thought
and
Samoas were Girl Scout cookies.
They are.
they're also, but the Girl Scouts appropriated the Polynesian culture for their cookie purposes.
It was the.
for their evil cookie purposes, because
was-
nobody wants to eat Irish cookies.
It was the
which is
coconut.
what most Girl Scouts are. In the old days, they're all these little blonde-haired Aryan Swedish girls.
Little red-haired girls.
Yeah. They're like, nobody's buying our cookies,
No
our
one-
dry shortbread cookies. Maybe some of that delicious Samoan coconut.
They're always after me, dosey-dos.
Yeah.
Is your daughter a Girl Scout?
No, not a Girl Scout.
Because I went through that whole thing.
I think
I
like
am an
it was
honorary
too
Girl
late.
Scout.
She couldn't get in at a certain point. There were all these everything was taken up.
Yeah.
Maybe because
So
she set everything on fire at the time.
there
Maybe
was-
they were like,
well,
she'll get her fire badge.
she screwed up as a daisy, so she could never go
Yeah.
forward.
Brownie.
I was a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout
Yeah.
and a whatever the one after that, a Man Scout or whatever it is.
Eagle Scout?
Yeah.
You're an Eagle Scout?
I missed one thing.
I only made it to Weebelo.
I didn't get you are an Eagle
I
Scout,
am an
right?
Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Gee, I only
We
made
can
If
it
you guys
smell it.
want me to tie some knots, I will tie the hell out of them.
Yeah. I've tied the knot because I've been an officiant for 6 different weddings.
I have been an officiant for one wedding.
If you can believe that 12 different people wanted this to secure their relationship for the rest of their lives.
I went to Boy Scout camp, Cub Scout camp and threw up.
Hold
all
on,
over
I'm
the
going to get to you in a
obstacle
minute.
course.
I remembered. I didn't forget.
All
right, hold on a
I
minute.
remember. Okay, one more thing. As a Cub Scout, my
That was the alternate title of this
No,
panel. Hold on a minute, one more thing.
my mom was a den mother, and she used to drive around the entire troop crammed into a Pinto.
Jesus.
So our
How
lives
big was
were
the
on
troop?
the line. There were
Just 2 of us.
I want to say there
It's
were
a micro troop.
There were 7 of us.
Now, when you say she drove around you, you mean she drove in a circle
They
around
stood in the
you?
middle, and she would do like
No,
Vin
she-
Diesel,
she-
Fast and Furious,
Donuts.
Tokyo Drift around.
Yes.
Around. That was for their Tokyo Drift
She-
badge.
She tempted fate. She wanted
One of you
everybody to-
touch the bumper and just don't flinch.
She wanted to make sure it exploded at
Yeah.
some point and killed us all.
What was your question or statement, sir? Yeah.
Okay, play it from there. So it was
Back
a
when the
showcase. It was a
The
showcase.
story was there's a homeless lady.
Played by Janice Pennington.
Yeah. And she, let me guess, did she have like one tooth blacked out? Like one of these? Like, oh,
Obviously blacked
poor
out.
homeless Betty dreamed she was going on a beautiful trip to the Caribbean, 6 nights. God, I don't know who the homeless person is. There's 2 women on here, and both of them
Okay.
look like they run a chocolate factory that went out of business.
That's the contestant, but in the foreground is Holly. Palm Springs. Why is Holly homeless? Holly the redhead.
She wouldn't do it with Bob.
She wouldn't put out.
He had already been spayed and
She's got
neutered.
tattered Broadway clothes. She just fell off a park bench covered in newspapers. Here, actually, what's your name, sir? All right. Keep it playing and just walk amongst the people so everybody can get at least one quick. Just walk about so everybody get a little glimpse. Because you know what? We're a community in here.
That's how Price
Not like
is
those
Right.
slobs out there who hate everybody.
That's how Price is Right was meant to be watched.
Yeah.
A new
That's the homeless life. Wearing your old
microwave.
torn suit from Guys and Dolls, the 1982 production starring Pearl Bailey that they rented from the costume house. You're sitting on a pristine bench. There was no feces or urine on those newspapers she was laying on. It's a total fiction. Yes, what's your question? No, Eddie, you go second. Flapper. Is that you're dressed like a 20s flapper, right?
Same thing.
Okay, all right, okay. No, I
Same
love the
diff.
show. It's my favorite show. I've auditioned 40 times, never got in it once. Love being reminded of it. Love seeing how successful it is. I'm so glad it's wildly successful. And we're
Not in it.
in the back
We
room
don't get any.
talking about Price is Right.
We're checking into the has-been
Yeah.
motel.
We're just has-beens. We have no hotel. We're just has-been.
We're
We're missing one crucial word in our description.
We are the
hotel.
has-been hostel.
We're staying in a hotel. Yeah, we're has-been Hollies on the bench. Zoe, is it time? What room is it in? Panel room 3. Literally just 3? Is it on this floor? Is it A, B, or C? What? This is the C section right here.
What is the panel
Not
about?
not to trigger any expectant mothers.
No, when you
This
go
is
down
the
to the
C-section.
end, when you go to the end where the big giant head is, the big
Oh,
giant digital head. There's 1, 2,
Oh, okay.
3. That's
Oh,
panel
okay.
room 1, 2, 3.
And you're in room number 3. All right.
What
After
what
this, when
panel
this
was
is
that?
done, if you ever want to go to a panel again, instead of gouging your eyes and ears with ice picks, if there's one more panel you think, go to Zoe's. She's talking about, what are you into, Eddie? What do you like? Eddie, what do you like?
Zoe, what's your
What
panel?
stuff do you like? Hold on, guy, hold on.
Hold on.
What do you like? Righteous Gemstones. She's going to touch on that in the show. That's in the panel. Price is Right guy. What are you into? Other than homeless spokesmodels. What is it? Yeah, she's going to talk about that too.
I like turtles.
Talk about it's a white hot. Yes, Flapper, Has-Been Hotel, Mimsy. What are you into? Other than Has-Been a Hotel. Okay.
Wrong.
She's talking about that in there. This is unbelievable.
Now,
Like basically everybody just get up and go over there.
yeah,
When ours is done in
36 minutes.
oh
40.
God, we've only been here for 2 minutes.
Now, Zoe,
That's how time stands still in here. It's like
I'm
a time zone.
I'm scheduled to be in panel room 3 at 7 o'clock, so that's right after you.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep talking, I'll
We
go
can just
home.
roll this baby over into 3 things. Yeah. All the stuff we talked about. Don't tell them, Zoe. I'm trying to tell you how to get people in there. We'll see. We'll see. I got a
That's
lot
a
of stuff I got to do. I got a lot of
personal
important
question.
things.
It's
All right. Bye. Zoe was my handler all weekend. magnificent, incredible, wonderful. I can't thank you enough. You loaded that whole box full of weird baby toys and... No. You loaded it. You loaded it. Yeah, this is the rules of improv. Yes,
You kept me company
Yes.
the hours that Dana wasn't at his table.
I was doing I had other important panels I had to do. But thank you, Zoe. All right. Go to her panel. It's going to be great.
You know these come apart?
I don't know what it's about. Oh, yeah. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Mimsy, did you have a question? Did you ask the question? You didn't ask it yet. What's the question? What's your favorite episode of Has Been Hotel, the greatest show that was ever made in the universe? You know what? Everybody shut up. We got some real questions going on now here. Okay. Mimsy. Shut up, please. What's your question? Got voiced by Dana Snyder. Was really on the fence about it for a minute. Said, I don't know, who's doing this guy? You are. What a wonderful character, a timeless. I mean, I like that episode of Chowder. This is too serious for our wasting your time. This is almost not wasting your time. I like the episode of Chowder that started with like that Rankin Bass stop motion.
I watch that one every year, and I've never seen any other episode of Chowder. But I love that.
Thank you so much.
He'll fly into a rage. He will. Oh, I'm sorry, that got very scary.
Yeah, that was great.
I produced a Chowder marathon, and got the puppets that they used at the end of the show to host the marathon. So I actually worked. I think the Chowder puppet, but we actually got Bill Moomy's daughter,
Liliana,
and Chowder to host the marathon.
About every 3 months, and every time I come to a convention, every 4 days, to suck the life from young succubus so I can stay alive because I'm 117 years old. Their just the bone marrow. All the rest I leave. It's not even the blood. I just take the bone marrow and then I send them on their way. What's happening? We're really on brand with this.
So I'll get one? Sure, why not? Pinky swear? Ooh, pinky swear. This is getting serious. Give me your hand to commence the pinky swear ritual. Chet,
I can't hear any of it.
You can't hear it?
No. All I hear is
That's how you sound in that show.
Oh. I never watched it. I wonder where what I wonder, Andy, is where those puppets are. Because at this point, they've got to be in a dumpster somewhere or some warehouse.
Or in Greenblatt's house, you would think.
I've asked him.
Carl
He doesn't know.
them?
He doesn't. The guy who made the show, he doesn't know where they are.
Maybe they got lost in transit.
I feel like they never gave them to him because, they made these like Henson-level puppets.
They were nice.
From Chowder. And they made him of like, I don't know, 4 or 5 characters.
And as a puppeteer, they were amazing to work because they were just so.
I mean, I know all of them cost thousands of dollars.
But yeah, there was Chowder, there was Chowder's girlfriend.
There was a Gazpacho because
there was a
Gazpacho,
and then there was the
Mung, the guy who's like the head chef. He works under the blue guy.
Yeah,
and probably there maybe was a Rada Schnitzel. And maybe
there was a Schnitzel.
And then the one who looks like a little mushroom lady who Tara Strong did the voice. What is it? Yeah, Truffles.
Truffle.
I know there was a Gazpacho because I saw it on the camera and I was like, that thing must be humongous. Because there's like because he's big anyway, but he's like bigger than all the. That'd be like the Fozzie Bear size compared to like.
Chowder's head was about
Snuffleupagus.
like that. Chowder's head. So.
I would buy the Gazpacho one if I could ever find it. Or steal it. I'd rather steal it. Really, I'd rather get someone else to steal it.
Why don't you
give them a very little amount of money.
You should make your own like I did.
Yeah, that's too much work for me. I can't. I do have a granny puppet from Squidbillies, and I have a Master Shake puppet. That's real big. It's like this tall off the ground.
Now, I noticed there's a Carl puppet. Are there puppets of The other two,
That's it.
Frylock and Meatwad?
We made the Granny puppet and the Master Shake puppet and the Carl puppet and the Meatwad puppet for when we went on tour. We did a live tour. We went around the country. It was like Aqua Teen Live. I don't know. I think we went to like 35 cities or something. And it was awesome. And we had, well, she hates puppets. What are you going to do? No, I get it. I know. You got to go to that, whatever the hell Zoe's panel's about. I don't know.
Did you know
It's
about?
like it's basically like contract attorney law, real estate law. She's doing a panel about.
Did you know about the live show that the Plutonians that they tested? They
Like,
put
what do you mean tested?
They put Shots and I in virtual glasses to put us in, so we could see inside the Plutonian ship, and we were going to do a live call-in show with Emery and Oglethorpe.
like online or something.
Yeah, so they couldn't get the digital, live puppeteering.
Yeah, the avatar or whatever.
They couldn't get it to a level where it was seamless, because every time I would move the joystick just the slightest wrong way, Oglethorpe would just go flat and look horrible.
I remember we were going to do a live. They were going to do a live call-in show on AdultSwim.com with Shake, and it was going to be just like the digital whatever version of him or something.
Yeah, that was about.
But
the
it
same
was
thing
like
that we were doing.
Because Dave had done something as Carl.
It was
Yeah,
it was a New Year's Eve thing. I think it was live.
Oh, I thought it was the Superstar limo.
The cool thing was
in
that
ride video.
Well,
By the way,
the cool thing was that they put the virtual glasses on you, and you could interact with stuff on the ship.
The weird
with
virtual space.
With the joysticks and stuff. You could actually push buttons and move objects and stuff. It was cool. It was only cool from my perspective because I was in the ship.
To watch it was boring as hell. You're watching like people who don't play video games suddenly being thrown into a 3D environment to try and play video games. But it was just like grabbing a cup, putting it down.
That's my favorite PlayStation game.
Hold on, you're number 2.
Grab a cup.
Grabbing a
Not
cup.
like that.
Grabbing a cup.
Eddie?
Fail.
What's your question?
Fail. Fail.
I want to remind you before you ask this
what
question.
What the fuck is going on?
We've
out
been
in
not
the hallway?
wasting a lot of time over the last like 10 minutes.
Why is Twisted Sister in the hallway?
D. Snyder he's got fans, man.
The other D. Snyder.
I record a podcast right now with MC Chris, and the studio we do it at, the guy who owns it, his last name is Snyder, but with an I. I'm a Y. And don't ask why. His dad, D. Snyder from Twisted Sister, blew my mind. Because I'm Dana Snyder, and I was like, when I was in college, I used to be like, D. Snyder, not from Twisted Sister. Like, that's the lamest joke. That's why I had no friends in college. And I met him once during a recording of Metalocalypse. I met D. Snyder. I was like, you're D. Snyder. I'm Dana Snyder. We're like, and he's like, we're like, what? I'm like, like, you're D. Snyder. And I'm like, I mean, if I didn't say my whole name, I'd be like, D. Snyder. He's like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's real interesting. Just gives me his valet ticket. He's like, get me my car, please. My car, right. Gandalf, good, you two may pass. You may pass out. If you. And what's that guy? The wizard? Another type of crystal.
He's Jesus.
That's Jesus Orko.
Oh, Orko Jesus.
Faceless Jesus.
What is it?
That means faceless Jesus.
A lot of spells between you two. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming. Also, thanks for not doing the obnoxious con walk where you bend at the waist as if you're not blocking anyone's view, but then you actually are more noticeable and weirder than if you just got up like a normal human being and walked out. People come in and people leave, and then there's always this guy, no one must know no one will know Donnie's I don't want to block anyone's. It's like when they have to walk twice as slow because they're trying to walk quiet. Just do it. Yeah, there you go. Strut out. Strut like a pimp on a Friday night, walking down the main drag. And a spin, see? All right, nobody likes a showboater. Don't get... There's a difference between strutting and showing off, but... All right, Eddie, what was your question?
Did I?
What an impertinent question. First off, yeah, only brought 3 in. What other side? Well, those aren't mine. Those are yours. Yeah, those are his.
I thought some of those were yours.
No, mine are over here. I put them over here.
Oh. I was offered one, but turned it down.
Liquid
Well,
bread.
they won't go to waste.
Yeah, they won't go to waste. Well, I had that one
I
down
thought we
there.
were schmitzing it.
And I
later,
had, I don't
so
know, whatever
wanted
this
the
is.
German
Half of
beer.
this one. I don't have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's not even 7 on. Well, there's 1 in his hand, but obviously I'm not going to have that one. Yeah, that one. That's 1, 2, bing, 3. I got a bag full of Takis no one's talking about. That's the real story. That's the real lead. Whatever the regular flavor is, which is whatever
Fuego.
whatever unnatural flavor they first came up with.
Yeah.
Any follow-up question? That was a good waste your time question, though, Eddie. I thank you for that. All right, wait up. Now, what's your question? I know you're going to, hold on. And then you got the, and that over there, okay. Yeah, you do. I see. I can tell you like to spice up the bedroom. Am I right? When things are getting a little dull. That's right. Yeah, you know, my wife and child love me walking around the house quoting myself on a daily basis. It really brings us closer together.
Yeah, don't you just
It,
go
it
around
really
going,
brings us
"Hey, these are
closer
some good
to
chicken
quote
wings."
your own shit. Like,
Hey,
you know,
I
it's
love
like George
beans.
Clooney in his house
By the
walks around
way,
and quotes
know
Ocean's
if you
11,
knew.
his iconic lines around. It really brings everyone. You know, I found it makes my family, wife, and friends. It makes them likely more that I quote myself, and not to them, just sort of like, I am the leader, as I'm making eggs in the kitchen. I sound like a dementia patient who's just like, you know, like they said, like when the guy who played Tarzan got old, he was like in the old age home, he started to lose his marbles, and you just hear from like room 17A, and they're like, Johnny Weissmuller's really losing it. But that was the greatest moment of his life. So I do that. I quote myself all the time. And my wife is just so in love with me. It's unbelievable. Every morning I feel a sweet little nose against my earlobe. She goes, good morning, sweetheart. I am the leader. That's the man I love. Wow, you still got it. That is as hot as the 25 years ago you recorded it. Hold on a minute. I go to a PTA meeting. I'm at the parent-teacher conference. I am the leader. Your father's such a wonderful guy. I did do something I never did before. My daughter's school, like 2 weeks ago, had, what do you call it? Career day. So I went in for career. It's not like that. It was okay. Oh, God. Hi, I make fart jokes for my whole living. All the clothes she's wearing, paid for by poop jokes. Listen, you little shits. Show business is rough. But I do kiddie shows also, And so some of the kids were like knew what some of the I do. I showed the Thunderman, so they knew what that show was. But they're all like, "What do you do? Oh God, where are you going?" You never really own Miller Lite.
You
That's the
know,
thing they don't tell you.
When you gotta
It's just a
go.
rental fee, and then
Miller.
you got to fill up on it again. But
Miller Lite. When you gotta go.
I mean, Miller Lite's my favorite beer, though. I don't like all that cockamamie craft beer and all that stuff. Garbage. Too much. I don't need all this highfalutin. I do it in zero gravity, and it's a slow drip. It's like that coffee stuff. When they're like, it's a ba-ba-ba. No. I want the Mr. Coffee with you just pour the stuff in the top, and it's down there. It's like I want coffee from a diner. If people are waiting in line for it and special and Vente Uno, ba-ba-ba, get out of here. I don't want it. Like that store down there with the plants growing in the window. All organic. Get out of here. Just give me a piece of pizza. I don't even know it's grown in the window and you're saving the whatever. Did that answer your question? Good. Okay. I am the leader. Great. Okay. Fantastic. Now wait a minute. You're next, right? Yeah. Well, no, you're next back there. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations. Great. You're just stretching. You're just airing your pit out. Woo, baby. This is a Sunday pit. I'll tell you that much. That's why you're down on the end. Yeah. You got to air that baby out. It's like a botanical garden under that thing. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, now I know. All right, now you, visitor, never been to a con before. That's right. Was it
They're
everything?
not all like
What
this.
is everything we described? Then yes. I'm gonna
Did
take
we
that as
swear
yes.
enough in front of your child? Oh, well, fuck it then.
Oh.
All right.
And she has a Guns N' Roses T-shirt on.
Oh,
That tells
okay.
me she lives on the edge. The girl, not well. They both have Guns N' Roses on,
What
right?
What could we say to offend you in front of your daughter?
Oh,
Good
big
God.
Squidbillies fan.
I know where that is.
Oh,
The basket. Not as close as I am.
go back.
Ooh, he disappeared.
You're not
Okay.
reacting.
Oh, I see.
See what gold you get out of wasting people's time?
Oh my gosh. Man.
Get it.
You're a cold bastard.
They're not doing that at the Has Been Hotel panel. I tell you that right now. You know what they lack? Whimsy. They're all just talking about their weird animated sexualness and being edgy.
We don't know what that means.
That's the other show. That's the other show that none of us are in. Why we're all driving still
Just
in
driving
your
the
mom's
dagger
Pinto around.
deeper into the chest.
Yeah. No, that's the other one. That's the one Richard's in. Hell of a boss. And my friend Eric is in that.
Oh, yeah.
Erica Lindbeck. She's somebody.
She
in
still
it.
has a
Barbie.
question.
She was like, I told them you should be in it. I'm like, tell them again.
Yeah,
Can I play your part?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Squidbillies drove
That is
me.
a great question.
Or was that?
Squidbillies.
My question is, I really love Squidbillies.
Squidbillies
You can
drove
love
me
it.
away from Adult Swim. I was supposed to work on that.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. Hold on a minute. So she's asking about. Everybody know what Squidbillies is? Okay. So, uh, uh, Daniel, what's his name? Danny. What the hell's his name? Danny Baker. Danny Baker was the voice of Early Kyler for many. He's he's a music guy named Unknown Henson. That's his nom de stage. And one night, as Danny does sometimes, he had some drinks. And he did two things. One of them, he got on Facebook, first off, or as I call it, Satan's digital playground. He got on there and he did one thing that at least like 50% of America would have no problem with. He was racist. But then he did something that even the racist people would not accept. He talked shit about Dolly Parton. David Duke, the head of the KKK, was like, I like this guy. Even he was like, no, you can't talk shit about Dolly Parton. He was talking because Dolly Parton did some concert on a ship, and she made a Black Lives Matter post or something, and he was just drinking his little shit, and he made some offhanded comment about that, and then he called her like a balloon-titted woman or something. So he got fired, rightfully so. But they replaced him. You know, they replaced him. They did one more season. They replaced him with Tracy Morgan from Saturday Night Live. Yeah. So the last season of Squidbillies is Tracy Morgan as Early, and it's pretty great. Because I thought, they said like replace it with Tracy Morgan. I was like, I don't know if that would fit. Like if it will seem like, but the only problem with it was he had the hardest task because they had I don't know what the number was, but like if they did 12 episodes, they had already animated like 10 of them to Danny Baker's voice. Meaning they brought Tracy in and he had to like say it, and you know, he doesn't talk the same way that Danny does, but he had to talk it to match the mouth. So basically he had to sort of mimic Danny's performance, which is a shame because Tracy Morgan could have gone off with his own improv and stuff that would have been amazing. But he couldn't do that because they're like, we already got this made and we just need you to like match what it is. And he did it, but like it really fits. Like if you did not know the previous 10 seasons or whatever, if you had no pre-notion of the show, it's wildly believable that he's just a redneck squid who hates the chalkies and has a truckboat truck. Like it's pretty great. But yeah, there's a final season with him. Spoiler alert, there's also Jessica White is in it, who played Grandpa Peepap, which was Granny's husband, but now he's beyond the grave. Granny has a finish. She sees Jeebus, the girl, and he's hot as hell. Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. I see you. Hold on. Ben, and then Brian, the two BBs. Ben, what's your question? Or is it a statement? All right, I'm feeling a real wind-up here. Okay. Oh, boy.
An advertisement?
This guy's face is realizing what I'm thinking.
Right now.
He just went like this.
Right now, that jacuzzi bath and remodel ad is fucking killing me. And MeTV and all of their networks, I kind of consider it harassment by now.
Well, you're watching MeTV, so you're kind of asking
I
for it.
watch it too much. That's a weird question.
No, but I think it's that GalaxyCon promo where they were like, come see the stars of Has-Been Hotel and no one else.
Yeah. And some other people will also be standing at tables.
Well,
Like
what
on the
was
original Gilligan's Island Professor.
and the usual gang
And
of
the
idiots.
rest. Yeah.
I was thinking Mad Magazine. The usual gang of idiots.
Yeah, we're in that camp. Brian, what's your question? Oh, boy. Okay, everybody shut up. We got a nice statement here. Okay. Finally, a real American. Thank you. Thank you, Skullface, for your service to me.
They need more actors that can ad-lib.
Listen, they might be here. I'm very popular amongst the has-been actors. Very possible they're in this crowd watching this for tips, acting tips. I coach most of them on the side. My voiceover coaching school, the Snyder Academy.
How to plus lines.
All right, well, that's a great statement. Yes. Either of us. There's 3 people up here.
Well, now,
Speak a little louder because somebody is caterwauling out in the
yeah, and let me just
frickin'
say,
hallway.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What's your name? I can't remember. Next to Brian. Yeah. Can you shut the door, Stephanie? Thank you so much.
Did they open the
Thank
door
you for your
to
service
make it
to the
cooler?
panel.
'Cause, God, it's so
No, it's
expensive.
karaoke going over. So it's called caterwauling tonight.
Yeah.
let me throw a warning out.
Shit singing.
Oh, that guy, you got in. You slipped right in there, buddy. You're
Wow.
like, nah, don't mind if I do. Real quick.
It's like
I mean, you're allowed. This is all skating.
Ethan Hutt, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He's here to murder somebody with a piano wire. The president of Guatemala or something.
You were off to a good start. You could ruin it if the
I'm
question
sorry.
is not
Go
good.
ahead, go ahead, do it again.
All right, Brian.
Do your
Let's
question.
hear this.
Ooh, I got a lot.
From any show you've worked on?
Oh, I have one.
Oh.
I have one. There was a transistor radio that was a tchotchke for Adult Swim. I think it was part of the Brack show, but it was like a radio. And,
That's fair.
And it was an FM radio. It had Brack's face on it, and Brack's lower jaw was on a spring. And so he would lip sync, and he was supposed to lip sync anything that was on the radio.
Did it?
No, because it was broken all the time.
Oh.
At least mine was.
We found some defective Brack radios. I mean, that's on brand with Adult Swim, though.
But you can find those still. Those are still around.
Zoe, what happened? What?
That sucks.
Well, wait a minute. It only started 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, would you like to come up and conduct your panel right here?
Yeah, we'll go in the audience.
It's about what if, right? Well, the other guy left. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on.
I enjoy the what if. Do you wanna
A
talk
new
about
addition
the what
to
if?
the crowd. No, don't look behind you. You, yeah. What was your question back there?
You could come, if you were the only one to visit the panel, you could just come up here and talk amongst yourselves.
Or you could sit in the back and talk about your stuff. Were those 3 people back there behind you also going to that one? No. We're like, we're not going nowhere. We're planting it right here. We're just trying to get out of that karaoke nonsense. Bingo. Let me tell you something, Zoe. Before
sounds
you
like
feel
fun.
downtrodden, Guy has a panel in another hour and a half.
When does this thing close?
No. God knows. I think 1 or 2 in the morning
Jesus,
tonight.
it just goes on.
Yeah, it's like a beating a dead horse.
It's Sunday. We should
Yeah.
go to youth ministry.
We should go to youth camp.
Time for
All right,
youth-
now wait
I
a
was
minute.
president
Hold
of the
on.
youth group for 3 years
Yeah.
at my church.
Brian, but
Did the puppet
okay.
ministry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You're next. Oh, I like how you're mixing it up by doing the question first.
We love
and
statements.
then the statement.
I like
Depending
you
how we
guys.
answer the
Thank
question,
you.
your statement's going to be, "You suck."
That's
fair. Well, we've deserved
that
that.
one show you did. I did not like. Thank you. I'm the only one left. I'm the only voice guy on Space Ghost left alive. So, so take care of me. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What an upper.
I had a panel all by myself about Space Ghost and Adult Swim in Amarillo about 2 weeks after George died. And I thought I was strong enough. And I started talking about he was always so good. And at some point, I'm just like, hold on a second. Just bawled my eyes out for like 20 of those minutes. No.
How'd you do at the table after that?
Huh?
Did they not want to come over, or were they like, I'm so sorry?
We don't want to make him cry again.
They just brought flowers.
I got the same amount of nobody came to the table afterwards.
Okay, that's,
so,
well.
it really drummed up business, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The fake out that it was on. They wrote it for Space Ghost, and Lazo would not let them do it because they said Space Ghost isn't in it. But they wrote the script, and then years later, they were like, let's do that Space Ghost script now that people know what Aqua Teen is. So they did it years after Aqua Teen came out, but that's purposefully why they made them look different and sound different, because it was almost like a gag that they were trying to fool you that it was made before Aqua Teen came out. The script was written, but that was not when they made it. They made it years after.
So I was wrong
but
about
purposefully made it seem like, it was some hidden gem.
I thought that's what it was, and I corrected somebody on Blue Sky last night saying, no, that was the pilot. And they made that because somebody did like a critique of an hour and 8-minute critique on YouTube of Space Ghost Coast to Coast saying, that fucking sucked. That was a dumb show. And then Aqua Teen came in and they made this dumb Aqua Teen thing after Aqua Teen was made. And I thought, that's bullshit.
What you should think is like, where's your show, asshole? Where's this amazing show you made?
I know.
Wait a minute. Was that from the creator of Has Been Hotel? Was that their video about how stupid our shows are?
Probably. And then Cartoon
There's
Planet,
no sexiness in it. No
Cartoon
one's humping
Planet
or singing.
came on. It was for babies.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No, they did write it in the timeline of Space Ghost, but Lazo did not let them make it because he was like, there's no Space Ghost in this, and nobody wants to watch Space Ghost with no Space Ghost. So the script was written.
Because Lazo was stupid.
But then years later, he let them make it, and they made it, but purposefully to look like it had been made years earlier and that was the source material, which it was, but the show didn't exist. So sort of like a weird, but it was cool that they got to do it. And also like in their weird little like persnickety, we're going to screw with you like they do every April 1st and all that kind of stuff. They would do like weird, stupid things.
But,
Lazo
they
like show the movie. They're like, we're going to premiere the Aqua Teen movie. Then they had it like 1 centimeter square in the bottom corner of the show on all night on and like on the one DVD, they had the play all feature, but it had all 26 episodes playing at once in just like a grid. Oh, yeah.
Right. I was there at the time.
I was too. This was one of the few
on
times
that?
I was at Adult Swim.
Were you on that show? I'm just kidding.
I remember going into Trey's office, who was like the marketing guy, who had come up with that idea and hired those guerrilla marketers. His office, he had like a office, and the walls were lined with those signs, blinking, blinking, blinking. I remember going into his office, and he was like, man, you want one of these signs? I'm like, you know what? I'm here for the day. I'll get it at the end of the day. I mean, he had 400 in his office, those little digi signs. I said, I'll get it at the end of the day. I walked from his office down to Ned Hastings' office. And Ned's our editor, and he's like, get a load of this. Shepard Smith is on television. He's like, there's a sign of SpongeBob on the Boston Bridge. Clearly flipping off. SpongeBob flipping us off. Clearly this is a message for police. And it was the Moonanite sign that was 500 in this guy's office. And then, like, quickly after, like, Keith Crawford came by into every office, like, if anybody calls you, you know, like a media outlet, like, don't say anything to anyone. I'm like, you don't own me, but I need jobs, so yes, okay, I will be quiet. And then, like, they locked down Trey's room because I remember walking back by, and he was just like this. He had 2 televisions on of 2 different news showing that sign just going, hank, hank. But the walls of his office, 400 of them going, hank, hank. And he was just like, oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, God, no. So I never got my sign. Was really sad about that. The travesty of all this, I never got my sign.
I was happy to hear a split second of Oglethorpe's voice on the Today Show. Jim Samples, the head of the network, had to resign. Yeah. He bit the bullet and resigned
He was the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, that was to appease everybody.
And then he became the head of HGTV.
That's true.
Because they you know, it's like Turner, so they just kind of moved him to some other place and like, no one will know you're here. Enjoy HGTV, motherfucker. In a nurturing.
And then they had, you know, little digital signs of the Move It or Lose It hosts flipping people off in Boston.
I actually got a box in the mail 2 weeks ago from Adult Swim. I don't know who sent it to me. I don't know why I got it.
They laid off billions of people 2 weeks ago.
But they're still paying $100 of shipping FedEx because I got one of those Moonanite signs. That's a plug-in one. So it didn't take because I have a real one. I have a real one from the old days. But somebody sent me this. There's no note in it. It was like, you know, those like movies where the FBI is coming in and people are just like flushing cocaine down the toilet and doing shredding all the documents like before they walk in, like the Wolf of Wall Street stuff. I'm assuming that's what it was like. Somebody's got to get one of these to Dana Snyder. Just get it out of here. Don't put a note. I don't know who gave it to me. I don't know why they gave it to me. I just got this thing. It was in a big box. It probably got conservatively, because you know I'm good at estimates. It was probably $7,000, $8,000 to ship it in FedEx. Overnight, over week. It took 7 days. Over week shipping.
I just remembered another perk tchotchke that I have that nobody has. Well, 7 other people have. They made like diner clocks that said Ghost Planet Industries
on
it. And there were only maybe like
neon-y ones, right?
8 or 10 made, so I have one of those.
I have 2 large, they made a bunch of them, but for some reason I have 2 of them. I have 2 large neon Adult Swim signs that were like bars. They made to put in bars, and they're like this big, and it's the green Moonanite, and it just says this. Zzz, 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 zzz. That's the only part that moves. But for some reason I have 2 of those, which I'm very happy about. For when I die, I've told Guy and my friend Julie, please descend upon my house because my wife will just throw all of it in a dumpster. But she could make, you know, upwards hundreds of dollars selling this stuff off if we get Guy and Julie in there. Because she's like, this is all garbage. Get this all that stupid stuff in his dumb, stupid room where he has to just sit in there and be stupid. Get it out. Scented soaps, save those. 1 of 50 neon signs that were put up on a bridge to bomb Boston. Garbage, throw it away. Ball of computer garbage, throw it away.
I'll tell you, my favorite.
No, you won't.
My favorite Aqua Teen item that I have is one of the first shows we did. I mentioned to my mother-in-law that I was like, oh, I'm doing this show with this guy, and he does a cartoon. He does a voice. He's signing autographs. And she goes, can you get me one? And she had never heard of it. So you signed it. You wrote, to Kathy, your son-in-law loves you, Dana Snyder.
I lied on that, but she doesn't know.
That is true, but she's not here.
It's okay. It's all right. And I think you're still reaping the benefits of that lie.
It's and Master Shake is giving the finger, and it's great. He's got two chainsaws.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
I saw Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the movie, at a midnight screening the night before it came out. It was me, a buddy of mine, there's no joke, and two other dudes. And we were all in the theater.
I think we rolled back over to an hour. Because that countdown clock.
Is it counting down? No.
No, I think it's official. We'll ask your question, but.
God damn it.
I know what you're going to say. You know, the Has-Been Hotel people never go over on their panels. They're too cool. Yeah, no, they won't.
Cord
you know
back
why?
there has a question
They want
too.
you running after that carrot. They give you a little taste. They're like drug dealers. They give you the first little bag of dope for free. And then you're dressing like Mitzi and running around telling all the other panels how great they are. They're like, we got her on the hook, boys. This is how we do it. But you know all the other stuff too. So you're a all sport. You're a friend to all. You're a safe space. Okay. Speaking of safe space, oh God, what are you going to ask? Long hair, hat backwards, wrist cuffs. Oh boy.
I work in a factory and I watch Cartoon Planet every single morning before I go in.
Oh.
What do you
Well,
watch it
that's good.
on? Okay. All right. No.
Yeah.
No.
Watch
no.
it and give him $50 while you're
I know.
watching.
No, I have read Brack once for a role that gives me residuals, and that was for Jellystone 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, Jellystone. The last recording that George
That's,
Lowe did of
yeah.
Space Coast also. On
George was in 2
Jellystone,
episodes.
which was the Jellystone was the show made by the guy who made Chowder.
Greenblatt.
And yeah, it was like it's awesome because it has every single Hanna-Barbera character in it, as if they all lived in the town of Jellystone, and it's apeshit crazy. It's like Yogi Bear's the town doctor, Huckleberry Hound's the mayor, Captain Caveman's the chief of police. McGilla Gorilla runs the bespoke clothing store. Peter Potamus runs some weird yoga studio. I mean, it is dumb on the best level possible.
It's crazy.
Every episode ends in a riot that they destroy the town. But the super fun thing of it is there are hundreds of characters in the show. Every single one of them is from some Hanna-Barbera thing that existed before this show came out. If you don't know who it is, it's not just some made up who's that guy with the parasol and the parrot beak who looks like a puffin? No, that was from episode 7 of the Hair Bear Bunch. Everything is some real thing on there that's crazy. So if you like Hanna-Barbera,
the Scooby-Doo,
it's awesome watching
Goober
it.
and the Ghost Chasers one was pretty good. And you were one of the...
Oh, yeah. I played the fake version of Shaggy because
Right.
they were a rival Scooby-Doo gang. They were like, who are you? But they were also from a Scooby, because Hanna-Barbera were just apparently the laziest but most prolific animators in the world. They're like,
Scooby.
we got Scooby-Doo. All right, we got to think of another. How about another
Phantom.
show like Ruby Roo? And he's a dog. Yeah, he's kind of like a
Scooby-Dum.
dog, but maybe a bear. We don't know. And there's another group of wacky kids that solve mysteries.
Goober and the Ghost Chasers.
Yeah.
Funky Phantom.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Wonderbug,
That was Sid
Speed
Marty
Buggy.
Krofft. Speed Buggy was.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You came to waste. Well, you did a great job.
Did we waste it?
I
in a
think
good
everyone
way,
would
or,
agree. We've all wasted at least an hour of our time at the. Oh wait, okay, all right, okay. No, don't apologize.
You accidentally.
Apologize to them back there because they want to get the hell out of here. One of them has a baby in a sock drawer that they're got to get back to soon. The trick is you take the electric cord and tie their arms and legs up so they can't crawl around too much. It's fine. You don't do it too tight. You're not cutting circulation off, but they can't really move around or get out. That's, by the way, what Jackie Gleason's mother used to do when she'd go down to the bar downstairs. She would tie him to the bed when he was a little kid so she could go down and get drunk and he wouldn't get into no trouble. So she'd be like, all right, Jackie. She'd take the rope and she'd tie him to the bed like this.
And then she'd come back like crazy Guggenheim.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Jackie.
Hi, Mr. Donahue.
Yeah. But she really did that. Yeah, well, but it made him one of the greatest comedians of all time.
How sweet it is.
No.
Nope.
I hate myself.
And for a half an hour, we just do bad Jackie Gleason. Go, my dear. One of these days.
Sorry, go ahead. Guy and I, we entered a contest and lost.
The nude beach.
There was a show called Love
Toledo.
Connections starring Chuck Woolery.
2 and 2.
We'll be right back in 2 and 2. Guy and I did a podcast together. And then I did a podcast with this one goon. I'm like, God, I need a new goon. We had Goon Search. No, the guy I did it with, Guy was like, I don't know what you call, like, sort of like what would you call it? Where you did the blog and all that. Like, we had 2 people who did it, and one guy was a real goon. He really was. And then the other goon was a real guy. And it was, yeah. You keep turning it off for some reason.
I would do the social media for you guys, and the other guy would then, because I posted a lot.
He was the other guy was sort of like more in charge of it.
Yeah, so he would change the date on his one post a month and just keep putting it on top of mine.
So it'd be ahead of yours.
Yes.
Like a real piece of shit. Yeah, but I was like, this guy is great. He always made really funny, like all the things you wrote were really funny. I always loved him. And then I think in Miami at the Galaxy, or what used to be the SuperCon, Guy finally came to one, and Guy and I do these so we started doing a podcast, Drunk on Disney, where we'd always have a Disney drink and talk about like idiots to each other, much like now. But then we would do these Drunk on Disney parties, which we still do. We haven't done one here. But it's like a paid event. Yeah. Oh, did we hear? Oh, yeah. Because we give I think last year we gave like rubber bar mats, like real bar mats. Sometimes we've given Yeti cups. But we always have a gift. It's always like several drinks, a whole spread of food, and it's like 2 or 3. It's like a party. Because a lot of these things I do like a VIP experience and like, go look at Richard Hatch for 2 hours. Or it'd be like, you pay $400 and stare at me for 45 minutes, and you can take one photo and then talk to the other people about how great I was, how benevolent with my time. I almost touched Doctor Who on his Dr. What. And they're like 45 minutes, like 44 and 58, 59. Get the fuck out. I'm done. They're like, kick you out of me. Like, what if we did that? But like, people had to pay. But like, they're paying for you pay for the food and all that stuff. And like, we feel like it was like more like having a party. Because it's not like we make money off it. But these convention halls are outrageously expensive. Like to get a drink ticket, to give 2 drink tickets out, they charge you $20 a drink ticket. Regardless if you buy a $9 beer or a $15, whatever the most expensive drink you can get. But they charge us $20 for it. So like right away we're like, well, we got to charge $40 for the ticket, and that's with nothing. Then food is like, oh, you wanted edible food? Oh, that'll be an extra $65. We can set fake food out to let the people think they're getting something, but we just won't put out forks. So no one will be able to eat it. They'll be like, well, I guess we can't get it. We should, no forks. That food looks delicious, but it's not finger food. You got to use a fork for it. Did you guys go to the Drunk on Disney one? And you came back. Not enough time was wasted. Very bold. Very appreciative.
Cord back there is lazily raising his hand on his knee.
Yeah, lackadaisically. It's like rested on
God.
his knee. That's not even raising your hand.
gonna
That's like
half-ass
holding.
my-
What he's doing is holding his knee down.
It's like
He keeps on doing
half-ass
this.
the answer on my
He
question.
wants to do the yuck, 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 but he's like, keep it together, Cord. You can handle it. You don't need to.
They'll call on you soon.
Come on, man. Cord, what's your question? What was your favorite person who was ever a contestant at the match game? You, Cord, you were ever. I knew it. All right, what's your other question? What's what? Well, all the states that have Waffle House. Waffle House is like a kind of like a McDonald's.
Yeah,
They
they're
have
all
a
the
beauty
same.
of consistency of food. Okay? What?
They all have this.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What
Go
do you
ahead.
say?
I'm sorry.
What do you say?
They all
Yeah,
have,
even Columbus, they have Waffle House. They're
they
all
all
good.
have the same amount of varieties of hash browns, so
Yeah.
it's like they're all the
I
same.
don't ever get a waffle. I don't like sweet stuff. Me, I get eggs,
Smothered,
and then I get like
covered,
7
covered,
pounds of hash
junked.
browns. Have I what? Only delicious drama. I've caused a lot of drama in my colon after Waffle House, but that's more a private thing for my hotel room, which is why I get on the last day so I never have to go into that room again because it's finished.
You don't do a pre-strike?
The poor people, whatever poor people are coming in to that room, I'm going to be in tomorrow when I leave Waffle House. In a
gotta do a-
respectful, caring way, not a disgusting way, just a biological, medical kind of truth type thing.
You got to do a large Imodium pre-strike before you go.
No, I don't want any of it in me. I want it all going right through. I want it like a toboggan ride through my system. I want it right out, like not stop. That's why I eat
The
kind of slow,
Matterhorn.
so it keeps the speed and trajectory never stops. It's just slowly going. I eat it very slow to set the pace. And it goes through quickly, but not that quickly. So I just, not a lot of diarrhea fans in here, I guess. Or
And
maybe
then-
I've inspired them, like, I got to go take a shit now, too. And I just talk about it. Now I realize why my stomach hurts. I got the gurgies. Goo. I got the goo-goos. Somebody rub my belly. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
There was a show I worked on where I had this little hand puppet. It was a lamb, and I called him Lammy the Incontinent Lamb. And he was always so happy, and then he would be like,
Oh boy, I'm having a happy day. Oh, it's so wonderful. Oh, my tummy.
Yeah.
Oh, my tummy hurts. I gotta go poo-poo. I gotta go poo-poo.
and his that was his catchphrase was, I gotta go poo-poo.
That's me on every plane flight I'm on, over 30 minutes. Spoiler alert, most plane flights are over 30 minutes. The one up and down. I'm fine from Burbank to Las Vegas.
You remember
Anything else? Forget about it.
It was a Spanish flight where somebody had it down the aisle.
It was going to Spain. The guy diarrheaed. The lady diarrheaed up and down the aisle because all the toilets were full. Not to sound disgusting, but we're just talking about medical conditions. Don't be that person. I mean, she didn't want to be that person. Nobody wants to be like the next day in like Atlanta, Hartsfield Jacks. Like, hey, you're that lady that shit up and down the aisle, right? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was you. Screaming, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then you wait all the, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. They turned the plane around. It was going from Atlanta to Spain. And they didn't even get to like Ohio. And the captain was like, yeah, okay, we're turning the fuck back around. The plane made that sound effect. Tokyo drifting through the air, going back.
This is your captain speaking.
Hey, we got a diarrhea explosion.
In the aisles. Please stay seated.
Please stay seated.
Seatbelt lights are on.
Yeah, and it just turned into 2 hours like a slip and slide all the way up and down.
We have a
Don't make it gross. Don't make it gross. That's what it was. Carpeted floor, violent diarrhea. Do the math. Nobody's happy about it. Nobody's happy about it.
Seatbelt signs are on, and believe me, you want to stick to
Yeah.
that.
There was a little turbulence in the cargo load.
There's a little turbulence in...
Poor lady back there. You tried to see Zoe's panel. You wanted a nice panel, and then you walk into the diarrhea explosion experience.
This is your captain speaking. There's a little turbulence in Amy's colon.
Yeah. But all the while, like, you be the pilot, you be the pilot, but this is also going on the whole time.
This is your captain speaking.
Oh, God.
Please remain calm. The plane is in perfect health, except for the woman, Amy. She's got a little problem with her
Knocking on every bathroom door.
rear end. Please stay seated. No smoking.
Lululemon yoga pants. It's squirting out like
if
soft
you-
serve at the top and the bottom.
If you do start smoking,
I'm
it will
sorry,
ignite the
I-
gas.
I'm just a visual person. I'm trying to,
Your cigarettes will ignite the gas coming from.
I see several of you are
The
trying
fourth
to
person.
open the windows.
and
You're
down
not
the
allowed
aisle.
to open the windows.
Please, for
Please
the love
do
of
not open the door. Just,
and eventually
No,
it's
I
exhausted.
understand.
Oh, God.
Oh, and for the love of
Oh, God.
please close the window blinds.
Everyone,
as
please.
nobody outside the plane wants to see this.
Everyone close your mouth. We're going to do a barrel roll.
Oh, God. Oh, God. She's now like, she's like
we're gonna
just
do a barrel
she's
roll.
just skin and bones. She has no weight anymore. She looks like a skeleton.
We're gonna. We will be doing a barrel roll, so
Oh, God.
please hold up the trash bags like you're at a Gallagher concert.
And your flight crew will be coming around to serve one more round of drinks.
Oh, God.
The chocolate mud slide is on sale.
Oh, God. Finally crack the steel door, just a bag of bones falls out the door. Shit, all the guts have been shitted out. The organs are all just circling around the
She
seat.
gave of
She's-
herself
She's inside out.
completely.
God. Yeah. Her guts started shitting her out.
That's enough, said the guts.
Yeah.
Like
We've
a soft
had
serve
it.
ice cream machine.
You passed through the duodenum this time.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I see you two over there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I like
That was
the
too
people
crass.
who
We went
don't-
over the line.
The people who don't like the poop jokes are
I mean, they're disgusting. Oh, now you come in. Not during the white hot excitement. During the diarrhea section of the show.
Is the sound on?
Don't take a picture of us. Take a picture of all of them with the what the fuck faces. What did we just see? Why are we here? What's happening? He's still doing it. He's just taking a picture of us. Hey, here's 3 fat guys on a couch. Hey, I found 3 more people not in Has-Been Hotel. We're trying. I audition every day for
Was
that show.
Goofy and Mickey in Has-Been Hotel?
No, but they're Goofy and Mickey, so they don't have to be.
What are we doing in Has-Been Hotel?
What's with all these weird anime people having sex with demons? Hey!
I want to get in on that action.
I think I gave myself a head rush being the lady who diarrheaed herself to death. Thank you. See you later.
Bye. Price is Right is over,
Holly,
everybody.
homeless Price is Right, lover, fetishist. All right, I think we do have to leave now. I think we're
yeah.
getting kicked out. But thank you all for allowing us to waste your time. Remember, if you liked our panel, we're Andy, Guy, and Dana. If you didn't, this has been the Has Been Hotel. Please tell her. She won't listen to me, but yeah, please tell her.
I like work
Tell
too.
her how nice and caring and nurturing I am, and I never talk about diarrhea.
Sneak into her room
And-
late at night and be like, I am one of your characters. You created me, but
Yeah.
now you must include
Tell her
Dana
how
Snyder.
diarrhea-free
I am the
my
ghost of your
conversations are.
future. No one will attend your funeral unless you hire Dana Snyder.